Hi, I decided to record a series of videos to give you an idea about how it is to be on the other side. So I'm gonna read a few of reviews, comments, emails, personal messages that I receive daily. Some of them are incredibly beautiful and nice, but some of them will use curse words, bad language, and so on. And since I'm reading them and I'm a human being, once in a while I might use a bad language too. So if that's not your kind of video, that's totally fine, feel free to skip it. But if you decide to be with me in this, let's start. I cannot. I don't know what is that. I can't find it in Google. I'm in panic. What is it? Help. That's a kind of message you should keep for the one day that hopefully will never happen, but for that one day that a mafia boss will put you in the trunk of a car and will start driving to a remote location. Man, it's a game. It's about enjoying it, not panicking it. It's fine. If you're really stuck, you can send me an email, ask me for the solution, I will send you a solution. But keep in mind, the way to the solution is the game, not the solution itself. So my suggestion is get stuck for at least a week before asking me for a solution. Maybe longer, that depends on you, but I can only make 5 levels a week. So imagine that if you solve 6 levels a week in a bit, you will be at the end of the game and you will have to wait every Friday. And trust me, you will get better and better. Imagine that the people who finish the game, when I release new levels, they usually do 5 in 6 to 10 minutes. So you will get extraordinary good if you play fair and take your time. And the other thing, if you send me 5 to 10 requests in a minute, I will bounce you back. It did happen that people ask me for a level, and then the level they unblock, and the level they unblock, and the level they unblock. I was like, seriously? That's not the game. The game is not about typing. The game is about researching. Weird sounds from the countryside. Imagzle, it's hard. And it should be hard by design. 5-star review on Google Play. I don't have anything bad to say about this game. I lived in London for 10 years. And I never fully understood why British people want to find something bad. It's something I notice a lot with restaurants, but I'm noticing the same with reviews. This is a positive review. I don't find anything bad. It's a good thing. I think there's a mindset of British to find something bad to get something in exchange. So normally in a restaurant, if you say that you didn't like something, you don't pay for that or you get a discount. And at the beginning it was very strange. And then I realized that's the way. And you shouldn't get offended. And I'm trying to explain the same to a lot of other people. For example, in here, I spent a lot of time in a diving center because I wanted to become a diving guide. Well, I did become a diving guide. And one time it came out the topic that they got a lot of these kind of reviews. I was like, don't take it personal. That's just a cultural habit. It's not against you. And I know this review is not against me. And it's the same as I think Americans tend to be a lot more straightforward and more exaggerated. So for example, I was in New York a while back. I went to Whole Foods and the cashier told me, have an amazing day. It's like, what? I'm so used to have a good day. That amazing day felt like so much. So every country has their cultural thing, and normally you start noticing that when you travel. But yeah, it's a great review. Let's move on. It could be a nice and very cultural game if it wasn't the religious objects that you must name it. No one cares about that crap. I got these kind of reviews more often than you can imagine. So little by little I'm moving a bit of religious level at the end. But personally, I can't really understand why there should be a field of knowledge that should be uninteresting by definition. Religions have a huge role in history and in modern life of a million of people. So even if you're not religious, I still think it's relevant for you to know something about them. You are the creature. This is the 1-star reviews. I don't even know what to reply to. I mean, okay. Oh, that's a very positive one. I find myself coming back to your game often through the day. I enjoy the test. It's like being thrown into a colorful cosmic labyrinth as you show me the contents of your mind and dare me on words. There seems to be no escape except through a rejection or a completion. As with all things. I love this. So if you're that good at writing, write something nice to me, to be your favorite creator, it doesn't matter. But trust me, something like this really makes your day. And thank you for writing this. 1-star review on Google Play. Do I really have to pay for the hints? Now, when I get something like this, I always try to transpose it to the real world. Like, I go to a pizza place, I order a pizza, and then I say, do I really have to pay for the pizza? I mean, yes, you do. Hints are how I make Imagzle going. It's how I can pay for a designer, it's how I can pay to make the game going, to advertise it a bit so people will find about it. That's why they're hints. And I also think that if you want to spend time, if you really love the game, if you're good with your research, you can finish without hints. And I have a few players that did that, so it's totally possible. I always try to be nice when I reply and explain that's how I sponsor the game. But in this particular case, he didn't like my reply. So I changed his comments is, you're talking shit to me. All I want to say is, do you give free hints at last per day and don't talk shit to people or write. It's not about them. Now, when you write something like this, I get the email and then the review disappears because Google kicks it out. You swear words. Google doesn't like that. So I have no idea what happened, but I think it got a notification or something, so I decided to send me an email instead. Now, when you send an email, the tone changes a bit. You realize you're talking to me. Dear Imagzle, need that I didn't like the game, it's just too expensive. I just have a question, do you get a free hint? And so I reply like, I would love to, I'm working to give free hints one day, but at the moment I can't afford to do so. And then he went back to the original style of the review. No need to talk about shit. But anyway, so you're not sure that you will give free hints. When it starts going like this, I keep trying to explain my point of view, but I have a feeling it's not going anywhere. And once in a while, what happens? Even if I think I'm trying to be very polite and to explain, people take it very badly. And then they start going and finding like all my YouTube videos, all my Instagram posts, and start insulting me under them. Like, seriously, what's the point, guys? Why do you invest your time in making someone else's life miserable? There's no point. Even if you would succeed, even if I would feel a bit worse that day. Seriously? What did you earn? If you put energy on something, always try to put energy on making the world a better place, not a worse one. Okay? Do it for me, do it for someone else, but try to focus on that. Make the world a better place. Don't invest so much energy in going against someone that has done nothing against you. 2-star reviews on Google. The hints are completely useless. For example, one of the hints for a picture is popular TV series, and another hint is American TV series. Granted, it's not exactly the same things, but those 2 hints are virtually the same. I put 3 hints in the game, and the idea is I don't want you to spend on all of them. That's why they are in order. And if you buy the bottom one, so the one that gives you the most, it should contain enough information to find a solution. So often it contains part of the previous hints. That's by design. I I wanted to use the 3 levels to let you choose how much help you want, not to make you pay for every hint. So the idea for the hints is simple. 1 coin if you have completely no idea. Completely no idea. So, like, you see the dots, you don't understand their starts. That's the 1 coin. 2 coins, it gives you a field and a direction. It's still far from the solution, but it gives you enough to search. And that's what I think half of the players who finish the game prefers, because it keeps the challenge high. And 3 is pretty much a solution. So, except a very few logic levels, but very, very few, if you buy the 3-1 and you Google it with a title, you find the solution straight away. So 3 is pretty much a solution. And normally these kind of reviews come from people that just started and they are not still in the philosophy of the game and the idea of searching instead of knowing. 1-star review. It just sucks. Well, I appreciate you finding the time to express your dissatisfaction. So this way I can make a lot better game. Thank you. That's someone who wrote me on Telegram. By the way, thank you for this experience. One of my children is 5 and she's learning towards many, if not most, of my eccentric interests. She frequently sits with me pondering these puzzles, and to my surprise, has actually helped me think outside the box using her child's intuition with a few. As well as expanding her knowledge, exposure to abstract concepts and other cultures, and creating a fun bonding experience with amazing art and snarky comments. 10 out of 10, my friends. I really love when people play with their family. I'm not sure if this game is good for someone that young. I rate it quite high in the store because my idea was to make a game for adults, and I'm planning to make a children version with a different hint system, so to push more someone who is younger to research. But if your child is supervised, if you know that there might be something that you might have to explain, I guess that's fine. Just be aware, I thought of it as an adult game, but I'm super happy you play with your family. Like really, really happy. I'm recording these... Hi, I will use it for the blooper.